Good evening. The old man here, November 19th, 2024. Tonight, what I'd like to talk about is war, gold, and silver. Today, Biden authorized the use of ballistic missiles to hit deep inside Russia. Well, we know Biden ain't running things. He's either in a corner drooling in a cup or he's on vacation. But at any rate, he's going to get the credit for it. The deep state, or the world's oligarchs, they need cover for the Great Reset. All right. It's been said for a long time by many people that anytime there's major changes in the economy, and anything along that lines where the road we've been going down, that the deep state is going to use war as cover. And that's exactly what they're going to try to do. I've been feeling since Donald Trump got elected that it was bittersweet, but we need to keep our eyes open. And I've been waiting for another shoe to drop. There's something going on. The deep state isn't going to give up this easy. In my opinion, they're moving on with the Great Reset, and they need war to cover it. They need an enemy. They're going to blame everything on Russia. I thought it might have been China. It kind of looked that way. In fact, Trump, coming into the election, quite a few months prior to the election, he mentioned China invading Taiwan. There for a while, it kind of looked like that's the way it was going to go. And in that case, they'd have been blaming the whole thing on China. Well, now it seems like the narrative has moved back to Russia for whatever reason. And it looks like we're going to get that war. NATO's backing Biden, saying that they agree that they should be hit deep within the country with ballistic missiles. Okay, he's going to start a regional war. A lot of people are talking World War III. Well, I don't know what World War III looks like, and I don't think anybody really does. But you could start a very large regional war, and that could just get the ball rolling. And of course, everything, the shit that rolls downhill from there, they'll blame on Putin, just like they tried to blame our inflation on Putin, saying that the inflation's up because of Putin and the war. And honestly, people bought it at first, but then they realized, no, Biden's policies got us inflation where it was. This time around, they'll get things started. And honestly, the world economy is so fragile. It wouldn't take much to get it going. And once they do, it's going to be a major shit show. And of course, they won't take the blame for it. The deep state and whatever else, the oligarchs of the world aren't going to take the blame for everything going to hell in a handbasket. They're going to blame Putin. Well, Putin did this. Putin's evil. I don't think he's a great man, don't get me wrong. He rules his people with an iron fist. Russia's always been that way, or many, many years they have been, at any rate. But still, what's more evil than Putin is the oligarchs of the world and the deep state. And we really got to watch out for this big regional war, and I think that's what they're working up to. I'm sure they're going to try and use that for cover for the Great Reset. be sure to keep your eye on it. Keep your ears to the rail. See if you can see it coming. As long as you're aware that something like that's coming, you're not going to get blindsided, and you're not going to be able to be bullshitted into thinking that it's Putin's fault when it really is the deep state. Like I said before, I think Donald Trump, in fact, I know Donald Trump and the Patriots are well aware of their great reset. He's got to play his cards close to his chest. He can't really let us know that he knows. He can't really let them know that he knows that the Great Reset's coming. He's got to look like a buffoon when it does hit. But when they hand the reins over to him, I expect a shit show just before or just after the inauguration. Thinking maybe more after the inauguration. So not only can they blame this on Putin, but they can blame it on Trump as well. Never let a crisis go to waste. That's their motto. So keep your eyes open. Be aware of what I believe is coming. Besides that, if you're stacking gold and silver, be prepared for those commodities to go out of sight. That could be good and that could be bad. I look at gold and silver as an insurance policy. I sure as hell don't want my insurance premiums to go up. A lot of people are focused on, well, I want to see my gold and silver go up. All they're doing is they want confirmation that they made the right decision by going into gold and silver. When in reality, unless you're selling, do you really want your silver and gold to go up? No, you want to be able to stack more silver and gold. And if you understand where gold and silver is at, you don't need confirmation that you're doing the right thing. Like I said before, I mean, when you got 2 silver dimes would buy a gallon of gas in 1964, and 2 silver dimes today converted back to the dollar would buy you more than a gallon of gas today. What's that tell you? I tell you, gold and silver holds their value. It's plain and simple. I don't need any more confirmation than that. Basically, it's a savings account that the governments, the oligarchs, the deep state can't inflate and steal your wealth. That's it, plain and simple. You know, like I said, I think it was last night, if I had $20 bill in 1933 and you bring that $20 bill to 2024, $20 bill ain't buying you shit. But yet that $20 gold piece, of which is 1 ounce from 1933, you bring that to today, and that's going to buy you at least $2,600 worth of goods. Well, I don't know about you, but I'd rather have that $20 gold piece. I think that's a much better bet. Okay, and I'd rather see gold stay steady, keep on going the way it is. Silver too, keep it reasonable, so where people can still afford it. But actually, I think the day's coming where if you ain't got it, you ain't gonna be able to get it at any price. Okay, it's just gonna dry up. Especially if a regional war breaks out, a major regional war breaks out in Russia, in the Russian-Ukraine area, and somewhere like Poland and some of them other countries get involved as well. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring them other countries into the fold. And if they're all involved, oh my God, all these central banks across the world are going to be buying up gold like it's going out of style. And little old me and you ain't going to be able to find that shit. It ain't going to be had. It ain't going to be there to be had. And if somebody does decide to get off a little bit and sell it to your local coin shop, are you going to be able to afford it or afford any reasonable amount of it? Could you imagine from a gram of gold going from $100 a gram, roughly, it's not quite there, but let's say it's close to $100 a gram, going to $500 or $1,000 a gram. Well, that's what it's going to be like when everybody wants it. And you know how crazy people get when they want something, they can't get it. I mean, Jesus, Jenny, they'll finance grandma. They'll sell her off to get their gram of gold. So it'll just be crazy at some point if we get into a situation like that. Not sure. Again, I'm sure Trump's got a plan for this. He's exposing the deep state and the oligarchs of the world more and more every day. The deep state's getting more and more nervous every day with all of his cabinet appointments. Man, they're running scared. They're scared shitless because they know. I heard one guy mention, well, you know, Trump gets in and we don't have any major problems, and all of his cabinet gets in and they start rooting out all this evil shit that they've done. He's talking about people going to jail. I'm talking about people going to Gitmo for treason, being found guilty, and shot by a firing squad. And that shit don't take years. Military trials, it won't even be a month. So I'm looking for, if they ever get to that point, they know it too. They know they're going to be brought up on treason. Many of these people are going to be brought up on treason charges. And that's no fucking joke. Excuse my language, but damn. So be aware that's where your gold and silver might be coming if you're looking to pick up more gold and silver in the future. Not trying to push it. I'm just saying I don't think I'd wait for another dip. I mean, we got a big reprieve here when that gold and silver price drop. One of the hedge fund managers I was listening to on YouTube, he's talking, well, he's managing all this money, and the day of the election, the next morning, when he realized that Trump was elected, he dumped all of his paper and gold and silver paper. In other words, the futures market. He dropped it all. He dumped it all. Well, you don't think he's the only one? Obviously, he wasn't the only one. That's why the futures market on silver and gold dropped so much in that day and the next day. And now people are waking up, coming to their senses and going, oh, crap, that wasn't smart. Look at all the crap we still got going on in the world. We ain't out of the woods. Yeah, we won a battle, but we haven't won the war. We got a long damn ways to go to win the war. Okay, so Trump's got, like I said, Trump and the Patriots got a plan, but I'm telling you what, this transition is not going to be easy. And if you're not prepared, it's going to be that much more difficult. If you've got food preps to your liking and everything else, picking up even just a gram of gold can be amazing in the future what that could do for you. Or, an ounce of silver, 3 ounces of silver, whatever. You got to start somewhere. If you haven't got started yet, you got to start somewhere. And that's as good a good place as any to start. Even silver dimes, if you picked up a few silver dimes this week and a few silver dimes next week, it don't seem like much, but hey, it's better than the next guy. I'm here to tell you, only half of 1% of the U.S. population owns any significant amount of gold and silver. They might have a few coins that grandma gave them in a little cup that, a few silver dimes, maybe a silver dollar or something like that, but it doesn't really amount to a stack. You could take it to your local coin shop and trade it for $100, maybe. Okay, so that's no real coin or no real silver or gold stash. But we gotta become more prepared every day. We gotta keep working on it. The fact that Donald Trump got elected doesn't mean that, boy, that's a weight off our shoulders. It's smooth sailing from here. Farthest thing from the truth. We have just won the first battle. There is one hell of a big war ahead of us. And that could be literally too, not figuratively, a big ass war ahead of us. Keep in mind, like I said, if we get that big ass regional war over there in Eastern Europe, look out. Gold and silver's going crazy. Not talking about the moonshot or any of that bullshit. It's basically going to be unattainium. In other words, if it's available at all, you're not going to be able to afford it. And chances are it's not going to be available. Nobody's going to want to get off even a little bit of gold and silver. They're going to want to pick up more. So, hey, that's my thoughts for tonight. I appreciate you guys showing up. If you would, like and subscribe and comment on any of my videos. Over the weekend, it got really crazy. Lots and lots of comments on my videos. I appreciate that. You guys have a good night. Thank you. Goodbye.